Good morning, guys. You see, we're out at the beach in the Jeep. That is because today is a day that I've been waiting on for quite a while now. If you've been following along with some of my content, I made a video about it on the channel a while back. Um, Also, some of my social media pages. I recently started my own towing company, and today is the official first day that I'm going full-time on my own. So I figured, what better way to celebrate that than to come out here and just kind of be where all of this all started for me personally many years ago. Being out here at the beach doing off-road recovery and stuff like that is what kind of started my passion for the towing and recovery industry, and what's kind of set in motion this whole thing. So I figured, what better way to start all this out than by going back to the beginning of where all this started for me personally. So like I was saying in the video I made a while back, the because of the changes that I'm making, going to my own company and everything, my content's going to be changing a little bit. So starting off, obviously, a lot more off-road recovery content, which is something I'm very excited about, because that's what my passion is in the towing and recovery industry, is off-road recoveries and stuff, being out here at the beach, seeing these beautiful sunrises and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, once I leave Meyer Towing for the time being, this is a question I've gotten a lot here lately. I will be buying a rollback eventually. Right now, I only have the little wrecker that I bought from Casey Liddell, at the start of the year. So for now, I'll be switching from having a bunch of rollback content to be doing mostly the wrecker stuff and stuff with the Jeep. I also, another question I get a bunch, I still have the deuce and a half, and now that I kind of have my Jeep and the wrecker set up kind of where I want them to be, I'm going to start working on the deuce and a half more, get it going. It really doesn't need much. It runs and drives and everything. You see, I've had it on the channel before. So it'll be having more of a presence on the channel soon as well, which is another thing I'm really excited about. So expect to see more of that, more of the Jeep, more of the little red truck, which I know is something a lot of people are going to be excited about, because there's quite a few people that have come over to my channel from Casey's to watch the little Ford wrecker get to work. So working the little Ford wrecker is going to be something we're going to be doing a lot more of here as we move into the future, because that's now going to be my full-time wrecker. I won't have the flatbed. So we're gonna sit out here and kind of enjoy this sunrise, and then moving forward, we're gonna try to get into some more off-road recoveries and all that. Here, I got a busy day with the start of my company. I had to go clean out the rollback that I've been driving for Meyer Towing, get all my stuff out of it, and put that stuff in the wrecker, and distribute all my gear and stuff, find places for everything, and then go take it back and drop it off to them. I'm sure, like I said, I was talking in the last video, I'm sure you will see the Meyer Towing trucks in future content and stuff. I've helped them out however they need in the future, because they've done a lot for me in starting my company, been really, really helpful over the whole process of me getting started and everything, and allowed me to work there while I was still setting up my company, which is something not a lot of people or companies would have allowed. It's not very many people would have wanted basically the competition working for them while they were building their own company. So very thankful for that, and huge shout out to Dana and Alan at Meyer Towing for allowing me to do that, allowing me to still work there while setting up my company, giving me all the insight and sharing contacts and stuff, and that's something I will be thankful for forever. So we're gonna sit out here, we're gonna enjoy this beautiful sunrise we got here, and then we're going to head back to the house, probably grab some breakfast. So I got a bunch of work ahead of me, getting all my gear and everything out of the rollback, moving it around into my trucks and stuff. Hopefully get in some off-road recoveries and some tows and stuff as we move forward, so I will be able to dedicate all of my time to the calls that I have coming in. I've actually had to deny a bunch of calls lately because I was working for Meyer Tow, and I had to prioritize their calls over mine. So really looking forward to being able to dedicate my whole time and presence into that. And then not only that, my one of my big things is obviously social media. So now I'm looking forward to being able to really put more time and effort into that as well. So hopefully the changes in the content will kind of be outweighed by the quality of content that I will be able to put out, and then I will be able to kind of really further the reach of this whole thing, to where I can start doing more community outreach stuff and be able to help more people. And you know, something I've wanted to do for a long time. So enough rambling, let's get into getting the rollback cleaned up and dropped off, and getting to work. So hope you guys enjoy this video and all of my future videos as we move into this new chapter of my life, and I'm excited to have y'all guys here with me. Alright, so we're over at the Meyer Towing now. Got the Jeep on the flatbed. We're gonna be breaking it loose here and getting the truck dropped off. Last time you probably see me driving a Meyer truck for a while, so we're gonna have her dropped off, and we'll be ready to go with any recoveries and tows that I get from my company from here on out. So we got the truck dropped off earlier. I've been kind of running around doing errands and stuff. Went and handled some business I've been needing to handle. I don't think I've really shown the trucks on the channel since I got them stickered up. Here's the wrecker. That way. Got all my social media stuff there, my services, phone number, which is something I wanted to talk about before it becomes an issue. That phone number is an emergency line. That number is only to be called if you are stranded on the side of the road or need to get a hold of me. That's how the police departments get a hold of me. That's how customers get a hold of me. That is not for you to call and try to talk to your favorite YouTuber. So please do not call or text that phone number. If you want to get in touch with me, I have all of my social media profiles in the description below. I have my email down there if you want to contact me. That is the proper way to get a hold of me. There's the wrecker. Here's the Jeep, which you saw earlier, but here's a better look at it. All the services offered there. Logo, phone number, and then I had Nidox here before. I opted to take Nidox off because I felt it was just kind of dumb to have Nidox here and then the logo here with Nidox on it. So I opted to put off-road recovery unit there. Yes, I do still have the deuce and a half. I doing some work on it right now. This tire is currently off the hub. It went flat, had a leak around the valve stem, so it's currently off the hub, sitting on a jack stand. I'm fixing to do the brakes on this thing, so I didn't put the tire back on it. Otherwise, runs and drives. You can go and start it right up, fires right up, but I'm not gonna fire it up with it sitting on a jack stand right now. So still have the deuce. Said earlier, gonna be working on it next, now that I have both the wrecker and the Jeep done kind of where I want it, operational, running and everything. So the deuce will be the next thing to start working on. So that's kind of what that's looking like. I'm just waiting for the phone to ring now, be able to go out and run some calls and get some content for y'all. So what's up, guys? We're in the wrecker today. We're headed to go tow a BMW for a friend of mine, and this was going to be pretty interesting because it doesn't have a rear axle in it. Thankfully it's got the two fronts, but it does not have any rear axle, K-member, nothing under it, that, as far as I'm aware. So we're gonna have to figure out how to hook this one up. It's not gonna be a traditional tow, so this one's it's basically my buddy has a couple of BMWs that he's been parting out, or he was using one car to build another car, and I think he's ended up selling both of them. So he's got one loaded on a trailer, but he took one apart, he took the parts car and made one good roller car out of. So we have to go tow the parts car over to the new owner's house. So we're gonna pull up over there and see how much this thing's gonna fight us getting this thing all hooked up. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. So here is what we got to work with. BMW 335i. Something going right here. No rear end. The rear cradle is currently going in that car right there. So all we have is this, like these subframe mounts to lift it. Obviously there's no other rear end, it's nothing but plastic and junk down here. So we're gonna have to get creative on chaining that thing up. So we're gonna get the wheel lift down. So we don't have to worry about getting too far under it, because it's not like we have a bumper to worry about clearing like normal. So something else cool I want to show you guys. Turn the lights off. I got one of the Wolfbox cameras. So I've got front facing, rear face on the wheel lift, and then rear facing looking over the bed. I don't know how well y'all can see. Kind of a glare, but that's gonna come in handy. So we're gonna get backed up to this thing here real quick. That ought to do it. Set my parking brake, which the parking brake works now thanks to Blake over at Remedy Auto in Angleton. AC also works amazing. I had him do a whole bunch of work. Idle this thing up real quick. I had him do a whole bunch of work to this thing in preparation to me going full time. Where did I stick my gloves? Oh, right here. And I am not centered up on this thing very well. It doesn't seem like it. Let's see. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna need a bunch of negative tilts to miss everything under there. I think this car is pretty much being strapped, so I don't really think it's a huge deal if anything gets messed up, but I'm thinking we're gonna need a bunch of negative tilts so that we kind of lift up here instead of on the evac canister there. Thinking something about like that. Just one flick out on those. It's got no bumper front end on it, so I don't have to worry about dragging a bumper. Something like that. Then it's all the way out. There. Grab J-hook from over here. Kind of thinking I might need use my other chain on this. I don't know if these clusters are gonna work too well for this. I think that's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna use the chain that I normally use for rollovers. Instead of a normal J-hook chain. Then maybe I'll put a knot in this thing. I'm thinking, well, I could get a chain around that. Get a chain around something like this, maybe. So then, hopefully, in theory, it lifts like that. Well, we'll see. Yeah. Yes. We're gonna try. Went over the top. You help keep from dragging everything. Go around here. Good news is we can take these off. There's a couple of bolts hanging those on. So we had to put those back on to give me something to hook to. Right. And that right there. This chain. Short as I can get it. Like that. So in theory, when I tilt up, these will tighten up and lift the whole car up. So you'll see me tilt. Bring my boom. That's winch. Boom. Where's boom? This might be boom. That's the boom. I have new handles coming for this thing. A couple of days. Yeah. That's tight. These are just, that's just a spare chain, so it's not going to get tight or anything. So I can literally just kind of drape that, whatever, that's not going to drag. This side's tight. Alright. So that's up there. Let me get this out of the way. It's not pretty, but it works. That's the main thing. Should be nothing else under it. And this to secure the steering wheel. List of all the stuff that's in it, I'm assuming. Does not have a locked steering wheel. So we have to secure it. We're gonna do so by coming down to the seat mounts, if we can find some. And there's nothing good to hook to down there. Because it doesn't have a battery in it, so I can't even run the seat forward or back. Alright, there's water in the floorboard. Oh no, the key. I need that there for that seat. Man, there's nothing good to hook to here. No, you're really not supposed to hook to a brake line or to a brake pedal, but I may not have any other option on this one. Just gonna run this around. So I got something down there to hook to. Long as can't really go anywhere, we're gonna call that a win. Use this for safety. I can reach. At least I'll have something to stop it. All right. should be that. Go talk to them, make sure they're ready to go, and we're gonna get the heck out of here.